We decided to come back to Tamanawas Falls. We haven't been here in a couple years, so we wanted to see if a whole bunch has changed or if it's still the same, and plus it's just a fun hike in general. It's a nice place to go to. We got fun bridges to cross, some pretty cool views, some decent climbs, and it's a good thing that we brought our yak tracks with us, because as you can see on camera, there is a ton of ice on here. So if anyone watches this wants to come out here during the winter, I highly recommend it, because it's a completely different experience. Plus you get to be all by yourself, as today we're the only ones here. But I would recommend bringing the proper gear with you to avoid some nasty spills. I think we're gonna stop on the bridge to take a few pictures first. All right, we're making our way further into the forest. So far it hasn't been too bad. It's got its ups and downs, but again, a good portion of the trail so far has been covered in ice, and it's like solid ice, which I imagine could be very slick if you don't have the proper traction. So yeah, so far it hasn't been impossible. Just your usual ups and downs on the trail. There's a bit of a drop there. There's Miss Lauren. And I couldn't ask for better weather either. It's nice and clear today. No heavy snow, no heavy rain. We had some wind on the way in, driving through the gorge this morning. We left the house at about 4, got here at around 7:30. I was a little worried about how good or bad the weather was going to be up here, but so far we've been blessed with it being pretty decent. On the way up we got some pretty good views of Mount Hood as well. Got to see the sunrise bouncing off of the mountain. But yeah, so far not too bad. Again, see, this is the ice that I've been talking about, where it's been here a while. Looks like it melted and then refroze. What do these signs say? East Fork. It goes that way. Tamanawas is over here. Anyways, it looks like it melted at some point and then refroze. So it's been just a little slick. Got a bit of a downward slope. We're creeping down right now. Nice river down there too. That's one of the luxuries of this trail, is it goes along the river, so you get those nice babbling river kind of sounds. Sort of nature's way of kind of serenading us as we go along the trail. All right, I guess we'll catch up in a bit. Coming up on another footbridge, going to be crossing this river in just a moment. It's been kind of chilly so far. I think it was around 34 degrees when we started, but with all the weight in our packs and just the outdoor exercise in general keeps you pretty warm. That doesn't mean though that we're not layered. You definitely want to bring the proper attire. It's definitely been just a little bit more challenging than the first time we went through this, but still nothing insanely impossible. Definitely just beautiful this morning though. I was also pretty thankful that the roads weren't completely covered in ice, because we've encountered that before driving out here around the Mount Hood National Forest area. Nice view of the river. That's kind of a cool view with the fallen tree. Looks like she wants to stop and take a few pictures. I think I'll do the same thing, so we'll continue on in just a bit. All right, continuing on. Trail looks like it's pretty much solid ice from here on out. We saw one other couple pass us as we were enjoying the river. But other than that, we're still the only ones here, which I'll never complain about. Again, like I said before, that's one of the benefits of going on hikes during the winter. Most people only want to do it during the springtime and the summer, when the weather's nice and everything's green and all the flowers are out and everything. But I think the winter has its own beauty, its own charms, and different sights to offer that you can't get any other time of the year. We certainly enjoy it. Looks like we're getting into more snow than ice. Definitely packed in pretty well though, with no doubt that there's ice underneath. Still just following along the river. Looks like we gotta make our way under this fallen tree. I'm gonna have to squat down pretty good. Oh man! Good job. It's a little steep, not too bad, manageable. There's some, I don't know if you can see it, pretty cool falls down there, just little ones, but still neat. A little bit better view. You want any pictures down there at all? Okay, we can keep going. Decent steps here. Crunchy ice, it almost looks like glass. Do we go up and over that way or this way? Okay. We'll be back in just a bit. Definitely getting a lot closer to the falls. I believe the scenery is going to change in just a second. Coming up here, there's all these interesting looking trees that kind of stick out along the way over here. Then we got to make a bit of a climb up some rather large rocks or boulders. and then we'll be there. I always like this part. It looks pretty neat. How it kind of opens up a little bit. Gives you a bit of a breath of fresh air from the forest. Still following along the river. All right, I'll come back when we're getting towards the falls. Coming up on a sign. And then there's the gigantic rocks that I was talking about earlier. Elk Meadows Trail. That way, but we want to go to Tamanawas. So we'll safely and carefully make our way down this. Just enjoy the view for a minute here. Lauren's catching up. She's doing great this morning. This one's been a bit of a test. With all the ice, you really got to balance, and balancing while climbing does a really good workout on your legs. And your back too. Whew. I always thought that looks pretty cool. Yeah, I always think that's a pretty neat sight. Shows you how much snow's been falling up here too. All that. That's a pretty decent amount. Again, couldn't ask for better weather. Nice and sunny, clear skies. Hopefully it stays that way throughout the day, because after this we got a couple more spots that we want to go to since we came all the way out here. It's pretty neat with the cliffs up there. The falls should be pretty close from what I remember. All right, that's what we got next. I think we're gonna take a rest here for just a minute before we knock out that hill. So I'll come back in just a minute and we should be at the falls by then. And I think we've made it. We're about to arrive at the Tamanawas Falls up here in the Mount Hood National Forest in in Oregon. Trying to see if there's as much of an ice buildup as there was the first time we came out. Doesn't look like it. It looks like there's some, but not nearly as heavy as it was a couple years back. I mean, still a beautiful sight nonetheless, just gorgeous. There's the fall. We'll definitely get a bit of a closer look in just a moment. That hill that we just took was pretty taxing. It was quite a task to climb up it. It was extremely slick. I would almost recommend bringing a set of crampons if you come out within the next few weeks. Get some of that added traction. Looks like we just hit 2 miles. So it's basically a 2-mile hike, one way, 4 miles all around. Looks like there's some people. Oh, they're gonna let us pass. That's very kind. Thank you. Thank you. Bit of a descent down, being careful. I believe this is around where I fell last time. I didn't have the right kind of added traction, and I hit my knee pretty hard on a rock. You coming? She decided to slide down. That was almost a bad trip. Here, let me give you a hand. You want to come up that way? All right. Yeah, I see that. We're gonna stop for a second, try and get her out of this mess. All right, so Winged Angus made it up. I don't know if I actually caught that. She started there and slid on her bottom all the way down to there. Anyways, Tamanawas Falls. You just follow the highway up into the mountain, and it's pretty early on. You'll see a sign for it. It's right after the sign for the Sherwood Forest camping area, like right after it. But here's the waterfall. This is Tamanawas Falls. Definitely just a beautiful sight. Like that couple taking their pictures that they want to do. A little different than last time, but still gorgeous nonetheless. can actually feel the wind coming off of the waterfall when you get this close. This certainly is amazing. I can actually feel the mist coming off it now. Just gorgeous. Look at that thing. All right, I think I'm gonna stop, take some pretty cool pictures, and hang out here for a while, and then we'll make our way back. Okay, one last good look at the falls. And then we are on our way back. I guess we'll see how well the trek down at the rocks goes. It got a little sketchy going up, but hopefully we'll have a little bit easier time going back down, a little bit better footing now that we kind of know what to expect. This is one of my favorite trails, though. I do thoroughly enjoy spending time here. It's a decent hike, not too dangerous, not too crazy, but still got some exciting twists and turns. Beautiful scenery, plus there's that giant waterfall at the end. All right. The big challenge of the hike is coming up here. We got to get down there. What? Okay. Do you want another picture?
Are you like recording?
Yeah. What? Okay. You guys can come on by. Looks like they're having about as much fun as we did coming up. Hi. All right. See, that's the way we came up. We should have taken this one. Looks just a little bit safer. Now I have no idea if it continues along that way or if we gotta switch back our way down. I'm gonna find out. She'll catch up. It might make its way. I have no idea. Does it go that way? Because there's a kind of a trail that goes this way. I just don't know if it's real or not. You want to just go this way?
I can't see it.
I know. We know 100% where this one goes. All right. Okay, nice and easy. Just nice and easy. That's what I'm trying to do.
There you go.
I think I gotta get the poles out. This is so darn slick. I don't know yet. Because there's like no traction right here. Let's see how it is right here. That's a little better. Okay. Nice and easy. Just try and inch your way down. You got it? Yeah. Okay. Here she comes. Gotcha. Whew.
Good.
All right. Well, that was exciting. Morning. So yeah, it gets slick around there. We'll just continue to make our way back to the car. Okay, we've made it back to the parking lot. We'll cross the bridge here. That was the Tamanawas Falls trailhead out here in the Mount Hood National Forest in Oregon. It was a favorite of mine. Highly recommend it. Again though, bring the proper gear so you can be safe. All right.